Ciao, my friends! Bože pravde ti što spase od propasti dosad nas. That is a Serbian anthem, if you didn't know. It's a beautiful anthem, really beautiful. And I love my little cloth mask, man. This is, you can purchase these. It's cloth, all locally made products. By no means am I getting paid by this company or anything, but right here on Dunavska Ulica, right at the beginning, where there's Majovina and Dunavska is, there's a souvenir shop. Lady's such a sweetheart. Every souvenir is locally made. Nothing made in China. She even told me that. But she said, nothing against China. We speak Chinese. You know, but she's promoting, they make all this in Serbia, so you're supporting Serbian families, grandmas, grandpas, kids, by purchasing their products. So go in there and purchase something. This is 250 dinara, and it's cloth. I mean, it's a really nice one. I love it. I'm going to put it right over Belgrade, because it's got dirty air. We'll protect it. It's actually over, where's it over now? Over Shumadia. They got dirty air too, unfortunately. Anyway, my friends, how are Opa? I had 2,000 dinara. Opa, bato. Yes, I'm rich, bogat. Ne siromashan danas. Anyway, today's Sunday, my friends. Welcome to my channel. You haven't seen me for a bit, and you're not going to see me as much. I know that breaks your heart. You're not going to see me as much just for this informative crap that I like to go over, because I think this is fun. This gets me to knowing what's going on in Serbia also. And some people, I just met a young man today. He doesn't watch the news. He just came and sat by me and had a smoke. He lives in the USA. He's from Ohio. He's a Serbian from Ohio, but he said, I don't even watch the news. I just watch you to figure out what's interesting. So yeah, so this is interesting for me. It's interesting for you maybe. Firstly, not to ever pat yourself on the back, you know? Never do I do that, right? But this organization, I got this gold medal, Prava Strana Ulica, street workout, their first ever international competition. Srđan Arsenović, he's the organizer, the creator of this, that stands for the right side of the street. Their mission is to make Serbia healthy again. I donated over $1,000 to this organization last year. Just because Srđan, he just has such a passion for helping his community and making Serbia great. So they gave me this beautiful, kako se kaže, what would you call it? Certificate in this beautiful heavy medal that I'm hanging on my beautiful Serbia sign. So great stuff, great people. All of us have the ability to help make this place better. Anyway, what's going on here? You know, I haven't been on here for a couple days because our quarantine's over. The way I see it here in Serbia, today is Sunday the 9th, if I'm not mistaken, of May. And things, the way I see it, we're back to normal. Only two exceptions that frustrated me today. Firstly, the city's bumping, you know. Late at night, maybe you saw my video I made when I just randomly, how my life works is Vinite. How my life works. I go from one place and sit there, expecting to sit there for an hour, and then I'm end up being there for 3 hours because I see a bunch of people I know. Then I walk to another place and I'm there for like 4 hours, and then I go to another place. It's all randomness. So you saw the video. That was all unplanned. My little trip to Šampanac. It's like means champagne. They had the live music. That is Serbia, man. And we're just sitting there, and me and Lazan, we just went in there to eat, actually. We didn't even know there was live music, and we were like, oh, wow, this is awesome. And then this table of other guys, they're just sitting there drinking, of course. They see us. They said, my friend went to the bathroom, and this guy said in English, hey, come sit with us. Sit. They had music guys all around him, so they must have tipped him well. And I said, ne, havala gospodine. We're just gonna eat here. Thank you very much. Very nice of you. A few minutes later, 2 beers. And the waiter comes over. I was like, what are those? He said, they paid. Such good folks here. So if you guys are watching, Hovala, very nice of you. I'll never forget you. Actually, I could have forgot you if I had drank 3 or 4 more because I barely remember. But that's just life, my life here. It's not for everybody, but it fits me nicely, you know? Now back to my little ramble, okay? 2 frustrating things. I had fun that night, etc. Everything's back to normal. There's people. I came back into the city at midnight. Lots of people wandering around almost everywhere you go. Today's busy, beautiful out. Cafes, people are sitting a little closer, I think, than they're supposed to. But I got up early this morning. I was going to rent a bicycle, okay? That was just my goal. Slept in a little bit. I slept till like 8:30, ate breakfast. I said, man, I'm going right to this bicycle shop, the biggest one. They have rentals. I'll get there right at 10 when it opens. I'm going to ride my bike clear to Bachka Palanka, which is a long way. You know, I was going to try. Get to the bike shop. No rentals because of coronavirus. Oh, I was so frustrated. So then I'm like, what am I going to do? Walk to the bus station. I thought I'd go to the bus station just to check on buses because I want to get out of Novi Sad. I want to go to Belgrade. I got to see my buddies in Belgrade. So I go over there and there's no buses in the parking lot. The lady said there are buses every day. So I can go next week, which I'm going to. But just the bus stations are still not full. Neither can you rent a bicycle. Somebody said that's just that place. You can rent bicycles and stuff here. So it's still not completely open, but I consider Corona done here in Serbia. You know, don't take my advice. I mean, I'm sensible. When I go into a store, I wear a mask, etc., like we're supposed to. But to me, the way everything is, you wouldn't really know it except some people walk around with masks still. So hopefully it stays like it is. Numbers are still good here, you know. The numbers, let's talk about the numbers. I haven't given the numbers for a few days. Serbia's up over 10,000 cases. We're at 10,032. That's up 89 from the previous day, so that's really good. I don't know how many they tested, but I'm sure it's about 5,000, thanks to China. Havala, Kina, 213 passed away, unfortunately. I think the last time I made a video was like 204 or 206. So 213, our numbers still look good. So I'm considering this to be conquered. We conquered Corona. And what else, my friends? What's going on? Firstly, a viewer, a young lady, she had a birthday a few days ago. Her father said, hey, Charles, my daughter watches your videos. I would like you to say happy birthday to her. Please forgive me, sir. I didn't make a video that day. Her name is Emma Kustun. So Emma, my dear, I hope you had the most phenomenal birthday of your entire life. Happy belated birthday to you. Hope you had a great day. And sorry about that. I just didn't make a video. Mothers, it's Mother's Day, so happy birthday to all the mothers out there. My mother, her name is Mary, wonderful lady. She worked for the U.S. Department of Agriculture for many, many, many years. She's a cancer survivor. She beat breast cancer, and she's living her life on a little ranch in the middle of Illinois with my father. They've been married for, oh God, how many years? 45 years or something. Never fight, ever, you know. So happy birthday to all you mothers out there. And what's going on? Firstly, let's talk about getting out of here, getting out of Serbia and getting into Serbia. Every day there's different changes and all that with the airport and what's going on. But currently, the most recent thing, they said on May 18th, flights are going to resume. Flights are resuming to Frankfurt, Heathrow, which is great news. Used to, it was Wizz Air going to Luton, but now there's flights going to Heathrow, Vienna, and Zurich. That's supposedly starting on the 18th. So I could possibly get to Heathrow and then get a flight to New York, but I think I'm just going to wait just a bit longer, maybe a little bit after the 18th, just to see how flights are going, you know. But June 1st, they said the possibility of June 1st, possibly a little bit before, a lot of other routes are going to be available, including New York. It said possibly a little before, possibly June 1st. We don't know, so that's good news. There's going to be no flights in the next in the foreseeable future to Helsinki, Lviv, it's Lviv, Lviv. Oh, Babata, I don't even know where that is. Amman, Jordan, Florence, Chisinau. How do you say that? Moldova's capital. Rostov-on-Don, Malta, Cairo, Geneva, Beirut, and Rijeka. So there's not going to be any flights for the foreseeable future going there. But good that New York is on there because there's still a lot of Serbians stuck in the USA. The other thing about getting into Serbia, the latest they said, getting into this country of Serbia, they're still going to have, if you're going to have proof within that you've had a negative coronavirus test with it, and it must be 72 hours, no older than 72 hours old when you arrive. Serbians leaving the country, they can take that test for 6,000 dinars, it said. So this is going to be a profitable ordeal for the world. If the world's going to start charging people like 6,000 for these tests to leave, by no means am I saying Serbia is doing anything fishy, but I'm just talking, okay? Just talking out of my mouth. But they said that is something because European Union possibly is going to start that health passport, that you have to show you've been tested. So it is going to be a possibility. The Serbian government has stated. And it also said foreigners coming into this country, I think it says they're still going to have to quarantine for 14 days. I guess unless they show within 72 hours that they tested negative for corona, you'll have to check that yourself. Also, I was speaking, I went to Crna Gora also. The day all this ended, Gino Vucic, good friend of mine, him and Filip Grujic, two good buddies of mine from here in Novi Sad. Well, one's from Subotica, doesn't matter. They invited me to go to Crna Gora, had a blast, great time. But he was telling me, Gino was stuck in Thailand. He got a job there working at some resort in Thailand, and he was telling me how they were treated when they returned here to Serbia. He spent $2,000 on a flight from Singapore to Istanbul, and then the Serbian government flew into Istanbul and picked up Serbians. But they acted like that the Serbian government, went clear to Bangkok, to Thailand, and picked them up and brought them here, but that's not the case. He spent $2,000 on a ticket with the Kazakh airline to get to Istanbul. Then he was stuck in Istanbul for 2 nights. Then the Serbian government came and got him free of charge. I'm not bashing the Serbian government for that. They're still very generous, way more generous than my government is. But he said when they returned here to Belgrade, he said the police got on there and they treated people like shit. He said they acted like you're scum for wanting to come back into Serbia. He said, no talking, no pictures, get off this, get in line. So just really bad treatment, unfortunately. And I've seen that. The Serbian government as a whole, it seems like they're just putting lots of blame onto the Serbians outside of this country. Which I can see both sides possibly. A Serbian who lives here, they're like, what are these gastarbeiters coming back here with all this money? That's not the case for a lot of these people, But anyway, I thought that was interesting info to inform you of. What else is interesting? The United Kingdom donated some equipment here to the military hospital here in Serbia. Quite a bit of it. They donated a disinfection tunnel, 14 refrigerators, and some different medical equipment, and they said this is to show our solidarity with Serbia. So that's really awesome of the United Kingdom. Thank you. This is really interesting. I had no idea. A Guatemalan village recently named themselves after Serbia. How cool is that? I've got 3 people that watch my videos from Guatemala, so tell me if this is true. It says Serbia, the Serbian consulate or whatever there, went out and donated food, brought food to over 100 different villagers in this really small village that had no name. How is that even humanly possible in this day and age to not have a name for a village? But it said they handed out food to all these villages. And afterwards, they were so appreciative, they named themselves Canton Serbia, Canton Serbia, out of respect for Serbia. It also said here in Serbia, there's a street named after a Guatemalan, a poet or something. It's Miguel Angel Asturias. Serbia has a street named after this Guatemalan. And in return, also, Guatemala has a street named after Ivo Andrić. The bridge over the river Drina, which I did read the book and I really enjoyed it. And I meant to mention that, but I'll do that in a different video. So that's cool. Guatemalan village named after Serbia. How cool is that? Alexander Vucic. Alexander Vucic says, I won't run for Srpska napredna stranka head again, perhaps not even for the head of state. He is he has an option here in Serbia. He was elected president May 31st, 2017, or that's when he took over. And they have 5-year terms here. So he is due, he can run for another 5-year term according to Serbia, but he said he doesn't want to. He's hoping to be selecting a better candidate to replace him, but he hasn't ruled it out the way he talked. I mean, he didn't say he's not ruled it out, but that's kind of the way it's hinting at. And he said before that he wasn't going to run for something, but he has. So I don't know. Just informing you. There's also some interesting things. Lots of this is weird. Listen to this. Radio Television Crna Gora, the national TV station in Crna Gora, they were having a day of victory because that was yesterday was a day of victory where the Nazis admitted defeat, etc. And the Russians hung their flag in Berlin. But anyway, they was having some celebration of Day of Victory on television there, and they played a song by Marko Perkovic Thompson, that radical nationalist Croat Thompson. He's actually has some decent songs I've listened to. I don't listen to the words, but I like the way it sounds, I'll get hate for that, but no disrespect. I just like the rock style. But it said they accidentally played a song by him. It was a big mistake. Serbia saw it. Some of the Serbian church, I guess they had or no, that's something else. Never mind. But it said Serbia has sent a message about it, and they admitted the mistake. They said this is just something that they didn't intend to. But the song I guess they played wasn't that radical or nationalistic, but it seems kind of fishy. Also, on the same lines, there's some more stirring of the pot, it sounds like to me. North Macedonia, they released a postage stamp that had a flag of Greater Croatia on it. It had St. Mark's Church in that Velika Croatian flag. The Serbian government saw it, or in the diplomatic diplomats or whatever, sent a message to Crna Gora or to North Macedonia on how frustrated or how offensive they felt it was, because Greater Croatia included parts of Montenegro and Serbia. What else? So they've immediately apologized and they pulled the stamp. Parts of Bosnia, I said Montenegro, sorry. Parts of Bosnia and parts of Serbia for Greater Croatia. And so the North Macedonian government apologized. They took the stamp out of service afterwards. So 2 things. They're playing Thompson in Montenegro. North Macedonia is releasing a stamp with the Greater Croat flag. And then the European Union, they had they released some, I don't know what it was, some promo thing or whatever, recognizing Nikola Tesla as being a Croat. Okay. So you've got the European Union insulting Serbia, Crna Gora, and North Macedonia. What's going on? And this is all within a few days. But anyway, Ivica Dačić, after seeing this, Serbia sent voiced their frustrations with the European Union over saying that he was a Croat. And Ivica Dačić had a quote. He said, "I've repeated several times that if Tesla had lived in Yugoslavia during World War II, he would have ended up in Jasenovac." And that's that death camp that the Ustaše had and killed lots of kids and gypsies and everybody. So that's funny. Then Vucic, the Serbian Minister of Culture, he demanded an apology to the Serbian people for stating that. Said it's just absolutely false, ridiculous information. So EU stirring the pot, North Macedonia and Crna Gora. Maybe it's just coincidence, but maybe it's not. Anyway, my friends, that does it for Serbian news for today. I'm going to finish my wine. I'm making some more beans. And I got some, let me show you. I didn't plan on showing you this, but I will. I got some of this, bits of bacon. So I'm going to throw this whole thing in my beans. I just noticed that. Look at that. They got a anti-theft thing on bacon. Give me a break. I don't even know how much it was. 250 dinara. Zašto? Anyway, my friends, I'll be eating beans. Oh, and tomorrow I'm on Prava Explosive. They're going to do a story about me being stuck here in Serbia during the coronavirus. It's probably pre-recorded. It usually is. This will be my third time on Prava Explosive. I'm honored. It's one of my favorite little shows to watch. They just do interesting little segments. It's short, sweet, and fun. So anyway, you'll see me on there soon. Anyway, my friends, have a great Sunday. Ciao.